sadly, there is no chapter this week. It is Golden Week, so we're going to have to wait a whole nother week until we find out what's going on in Black Clover. Very, very, very much a tragedy, though not really. I mean, it's a hurtful week, but I feel like all the good stuff, especially Tabata, has been pushing out lately, that he deserves a week off. I think we all agree with that. But, nonetheless, I think it's time to throw up predictions for the next chapter. And what I feel like we're gonna get just by default, like within the first page or so, is the entry of the first Wizard King and Nero arriving to fight the devil with everybody else. And we're gonna see probably some good freakouts of everybody, of just trying to like fathom of what the living shit is going on, because you gotta keep in mind that not only are they like in this terrifying battle against this devil, against this demon who can alter shit around him with his words, but he's also got this horrifying monster like within this chamber that they're in. Meanwhile, the first Wizard King is a statue, and Asta's pet bird turned into a goth lolly just shows up. Probably gonna be really confusing to them, but I feel like after the initial kind of like shock, we're gonna see like some really good reactions. First from Licht, who's probably going to be like a little bit salty about seeing the first Wizard King, but maybe run into, right after that, some team combos. And one thing that I'm really looking forward to that is not only just like seeing two legends in action, two really big characters, the biggest ones that we know of, like really the biggest characters in the series that have been revealed are the first Wizard King, the devil, and Licht, and then you can count Julius Novachrono, but I feel like the first Wizard King is just by default being the first Wizard King is going to just be way above him. And from that, I can't wait to see Asta and Yuno's reactions. I feel like are going to have the most interesting reactions, where to them, I don't think it's going to be this intensive battle for, the sake of their lives. I feel like it's just going to be, from their perspective, witnessing like, their rivalry on a grand level, and it's just gonna see like their synergy and like compared to theirs, because Asta and have a very they work really well together. They have kind of like that kind of like feel they know what they're gonna do because they know each other, so they can kind of like operate without kind of like verbally communicating. But this is probably going to be like to a whole new level, and we're going to get probably lots of cool stuff, kind of like the first Wizard King throwing light attacks, maybe some of them don't hit. Meanwhile, Licht's in the back catching any of them that don't hit and charging them up within his sword. So look for that. That's going to be really good. And I'm hoping this is going to be the first time that the devil actually shows any like tension, like as an expression on his face, any kind of like shock or maybe some nervousness, because he really like limbs cut off, people coming out of nowhere, anti-magic weapons showing up, Licht, joining the fight. He hasn't at any point had this change of expression on his face to make him look like he's in any way threatened. This entire time, to him, it's just casual. It's just like, oh yeah, oh cool, more people, not a big deal. Oh, my arm, fixed. And that is just going to be really fun if that happens, because it's kind of like what we saw recently with Yami freaking out, of having this look on his face that, knowing Yami throughout the series, just seeing him kind of appalled and just completely astonished at what he was looking at, was just made that impact of that monster so much heavier, of just like, what the living hell is this if it's enough to terrify Yami like this? But anyway, drop a comment below and what you think about this. Again, a week off, unfortunately for us, has that the patience pressure on it. But we got to keep in mind how hard a lot of these guys are working, especially the weekly mangaka work way harder, and putting out content every single week, and especially Tabata, who I don't think he takes weeks off that aren't when the magazine itself is on break. So you got to give him credit for that. And so even though this next week you're struggling through, just keep in your mind of, man, I hope Tabata is having a great relaxing time off, so when we get back, he can come at guns blazing and have more awesome just Black Clover chapters to kind of continue on that we've been getting. And I trust him to keep the fire rolling. But other than that, again, drop a comment on what you think about these predictions, what you think is going to happen. And I would really appreciate if you'd thumbs up the video, before the like button and subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But other than that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and I thank you all for listening. Bye.